What is up, guys? What is today? It is Thursday. It's November 20th. The game's getting ready to start. It's like 6:45 p.m. What? Anyways, I don't know what that was. Anyways, guys, we've got the Houston Texans tonight playing the Buffalo Bills. It looks like it's in Houston. I don't really care. Now, before I even say this is the crazy crap about the NFL. Is last week Josh Allen scored 6 touchdowns, 3 rushing, 3 receiving. And tonight he may not even have a touchdown. What's Josh Allen? Fumble 3 times and throw 3 picks. No, I'm just kidding. The Bills should win this game, guys. They are a very, very good team. There was years, probably about 5 or 6 years ago, when I picked Buffalo almost religiously for a few years to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the season every year. They're kind of reminding me of like the AFC version of the Cowboys. Now, not this year's Cowboys. I'm talking about the 13-3 Cowboys that don't ever do crap in the playoffs. Now, what I mean by that is, I know some of you right there are like, at least they make it to the championship game before they lose. You know, guys, I don't care about that. Again, with the Cowboys, it doesn't matter if they made it to the championship game. They didn't make it to the Super Bowl. And when they make it to the Super Bowl, if they don't win it, wean it. If they ain't a wiener, then it don't matter. So, my comparison there is like Dallas would always play down to their opponents back in the day. They just didn't have discipline. They'd get up for big games, except that they were playoff games, right? But when it came to playing somebody that they should beat, all the last 2 weeks ago, the Arizona game was just terrible, guys. Dallas got smashed bad, and they shouldn't have. Now, I'll get into that a little bit more, talking about the Cowboys, because they do have a different defense than what they had. They had 6 different players starting the last game than what they did against Arizona, and they will be getting Trayvon Diggs back. Now, Trayvon's not the same player he was, and Trayvon's always needed kind of a pass rush to me, because he is if you blitz, like, I remember playing backyard football. That was something we would play 5 downs to score. So it would be me and my 2 cousins. And what we would do is we'd do the old rock, scissors, paper. And if you guys have seen the Simpson, Bart, good old rock. And so whoever got the fade, we do the rock, scissors, paper. 2 of us would win. We'd be on offense first. We'd get 5 downs to score a touchdown at the end of the field. And guys, it was a blast doing that kind of stuff. And then whoever did best, the defensive player got to pick whoever he thought did better, the quarterback or the receiver. If the quarterback threw a pick, he was automatically on defense, except if it was on 5th down, because sometimes you had to do a Hail Mary, right? Because you didn't go very far. But, hold on one second. Wait, I'm back, guys. The reason I was kind of talking about that story is because we get 1 blitz, right, per 5 downs. And so, sometimes if you're playing that, wasn't really a good example for the 1, we call it 3-on-3, but it was really 1-on-1-on-1, right? But when we'd play 2-on-2, my other cousin would come out there before he'd get frustrated and kick the ball across the street and go in. Shout out Michael. What we would do sometimes is we would say, hey, you blitz. And what that would mean is if someone's blitzing and you're the cornerback, be watching for the ball, because usually the quarterback will try to get it out of there quick, especially if they're not mobile. Believe it or not, I would actually probably try to run out of that. I know, right? But believe it or not. But, a lot of times people will just see him and throw it, and that's your chance to take the ball. And that's what Trayvon Diggs is very, very good at. Micah Parsons getting to the quarterback, rushing and quick throw. Even whenever you're getting to the QB and you want to do quick 3-step drops. Set, hike, 1, 2, 3, boom, let go of the ball. Set, height, 1, 2, 3, boom, you found a receiver. that doesn't mean you have to cover someone for a very, very long time. But anyways, we'll get into that, guys. You know I'm a Cowboys fan. You know that the media talks about Dallas more than any other team, and I'm sorry about that. They are my team. I'm very passionate about them. So the Buffalo game is going to happen tonight. Like I said, I know what I'm going to pick, and I know majority of people would probably agree that they think Buffalo is going to win this game tonight. No C.J. Stroud. I don't really know I don't know the records of both. Let me see. I usually have games pulled up. So it says the Bills are 7-3 and 5-5 or 5-6. Let's say 5-5 for the Texans. You know, the Bills came off a loss a few weeks ago, and I'm like, man, good teams don't lose back to back. But that's why I was comparing them to Dallas. Go out and just have a hell of a game and get 6 tutties and come in and just play like poop, you know, throw 6 picks, you know, just, Anyways, guys, I don't think that'll happen. I didn't think the Browns were going to beat the Packers either. So, if you guys are asking, this is my favorite chain. This is it, guys. This is the chain for me. It's a 3.5 millimeter baby curb. Doesn't matter what purity it is. I like the look of it. As I'm getting older, I don't know. I am from the age of longer chains, but I just feel like I need to be more tailored to me. It's kind of like my bracelets. See if I can even show you. I don't like really long bracelets. I would rather them be more tailored and look like they fit me. If I were a little smaller, you know, somebody that had like a actual build instead of just blub, you know, 21-inch guys would be perfect for me, because look at that. You wear that all the time, you know. So the 22-inch actually fits a little bigger on me. I know Ricky, you know, Davis from the Tried Truth, he's bought chains for me. He's a really cool guy. And Ricky has lost a substantial amount of weight. And so he was going through the issues. He made a heck of a life changes. He was doing, you know, the way he ate, working out. Guys, I have lost a lot of weight. I finally talk about that. It was really weird for a while. But I have lost about 100 pounds, over 100 pounds. And it took 5 years, okay, to get that. Okay, I weighed almost 340 at one time, and now I'm at 230. So, let's not lie, I'm at 231. Okay, girls. No hot mark summer, I guess, whatever. Anyways, it took a while for me. So, like, just didn't see it. Well, Ricky was like, pow. And guy looks amazing. But when you're wearing a 24-inch chain or 22-inch chain, this would be a 20-inch on people like Braden and stuff, right? So as he lost more and more weight, his chains changed. The looks changed. The thicker look up top, guys, I have the 21-inch robe. That's a 7 millimeter. It's super thick. But, you know, I do get headaches, migraines, mostly right here in my back. So it's right there. It'll start there and it'll go up. And sometimes wearing the chains will hurt. Even just adding something like a 13-gram heavy cable link, you know, will sometimes hurt. But anyways, we're getting off subject here. So the Bills, James Cook, right, on my fantasy team, and playing against someone who's playing the Texans defense. So hopefully they don't like get a bunch of sacks or interceptions or anything like that and do terrible. The one thing I will say is, if you are a Chiefs fan, you're probably really hoping that Buffalo loses this game. I don't know, though. Sometimes I haven't paid that much attention. If it was a Cowboys, I would be like, okay, this team needs to win. Because sometimes if Buffalo already owns the tiebreaker. So sometimes if a team's up here, you need a lot to happen to catch that team whenever there's other 5-5 or whatever the heck their records are, teams that you can kind of just, if they beat them, yeah, they're going to go up here and be farther away from you. But this team down here is now on your level, and you can, get in there. And we all know what the Chiefs do when they get in the playoffs, guys. I think it's very funny with the Cowboys and with them winning against the Jets. They were Super Bowl bound, and then they lost terribly, and then they lost to Arizona, worst team ever. Come out and kill the Raiders. Raiders aren't particularly good at all. And now everybody thinks they're just amazing. And the truth is, Dallas probably will beat the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday, guys. It's not a Cowboy fan thing. It's just, if the roles were reversed, okay, and the Cowboys had beaten the Eagles and were the champion, I would still say that the Eagles may win this game. Every year when I get the schedule, I go through, and, there used to be 8 division games when I was a kid, because the Cardinals were in the Cowboys division, the NFC East, if you didn't know that at one time. Phoenix, Arizona, Phoenix. So with that being said, now there's 6. So when I go through it and I look at somebody's record, I just hope when I go through, I'm like, okay, Eagles 2 games, 1-1. Giants 2 games, 1-1. It doesn't matter their records. Redskins, Commanders, 1-1. I always have split with them. And, guys, there's been times that the Giants were terrible or whatever, and there's been times that the Cowboys were terrible when I was younger. There was a time the Cowboys were like 5-11, 3 years in a row, Dave Campo and the Chan Gailey years. And there was a time that I picked the Eagles to win the Super Bowl like 3 or 4 years in a row, because they were that good. They went to the NFC Championship 3 years in a row and lost in the Super Bowl to the Patriots. So the Buffalo Bills, I just feel like they had all this potential, and their window just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller, because there's no Diggs, there's no Gabe Davis. I mean, you guys had some hellacious receivers. And now you asked Josh Allen to do so much. 3 rushing touchdowns. And I know that he's not like, running from 20 yards out like Michael Vick and stuff. But guys, dude did hurdle a Kansas City Chiefs player last year. So with that being said, the Bills should win this game. And they should, 6 touchdowns, right? Right? That's what I'm saying. What is that, 42 points with just the 6s, or the 7s? So, just 6s. So 7 times 6 is 42. Yeah. There's no reason why they shouldn't put up 35 tonight, and with James Cook and stuff. So with that being said, I will say 35-10 or 17 is what I think it should be. What should be the other way around, I'll be whatever. The NFL has been super crazy, especially this year. So I don't care if it's an upset that's good for football, but guys, I don't think it will be. I think the Bills are going to win this game. No CJ Stroud. I think the Bills are going to win this game. Let's say, is 35 too much? Let's say 28. Let's say 28-10. 35-17, 28-10. 35-17. We'll say that, Bills. And so, sorry I didn't, I don't think anybody's going to be real offended or even care. But yeah, this video is, I know it's right before game time. This is something that I was trying to do on Tuesdays. And so that way it'd be done, since I'm not at work on Thursdays right now. So we will do that. And then Friday, I will probably do predictions for the rest of the week. And guys, it's a big week. Big week. Cowboys, Eagles. That's a big one for me. And then Cowboys have a hellacious schedule, guys. They play 3 Thursday night games, but 5 of the next 6 games are at home. But they play the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Lions, the Vikings, and the Chargers. Right? So, much love to you all. I hope you all are having a really good week. Enjoy your game tonight. Tomorrow's Friday, guys. Peace.